And we're back. Stephen Thompson here is with me. Guess what? Now we gotta go.
We're in the national landscape.
GOP.
The GOP primary.
As the GOP turn.
Well, it should be. It's really like a soap opera.
Let's start it out. I got something for you.
What is it?
72-hour Kim Kardashian rule.
This is the Kim Kardashian rule.
Newt's falling.
I tell you, in one of the shows that we did, you can go back at the videotape and you say, you know what? This is really interesting. You know, it's like, what's going to happen?
Next week, who will win Iowa?
Merry-go-round.
Who will win Iowa?
In this case, we're talking about the GOP primary, and there is a qualification. So for people who don't know, you have to submit a number of signatures.
Oh, you really want to go into this?
Well, it's a pretty powerful thing. It's going to be, because it just broke and the show just started just today. So it's going to be a major thing for the next week. It seems that Newt Gingrich, and Rick Perry did not put in enough signatures. They needed 10,000 to apply and be accepted to the Virginia GOP primary. Interesting thing, Newt lives in Virginia.
Yes.
So he is not on the ballot in the state that he lives in, where his domicile, so to speak.
I will say, I think we spoke about this.
What?
He has no team.
Well, that was that. I guess in the beginning where he had the meltdown and he fired a lot of folk, or they quit.
He did not. Yes, it's very important. They quit.
They quit.
One of them was on 60 Minutes last week.
Talking about what?
Can I come back? I'm sorry.
He said, I'm sorry.
Yes, I bear witness.
Well, maybe Newt may say that he needs him. Because, let me tell you, the significance of you not able to get on the ballot in your home state. What's that say about you? Are you supposed to protect us with bombs and missiles?
Went to the city.
Hey, well, that's true, but that's different. He was on the ballot.
Yes.
He did. He's Tennessee, and he lost in his home state.
Yes.
How you do that? But in this case, you didn't even get out the gate.
But someone with money like Rick Perry, there's really no excuse.
That's terrible. Because
Rick Perry has money.
Well, anybody who worked in political campaigns, you know that's just basic. That's like 101. Like, you know how to work the signatures to do that as a process to get on the ballot. That's what. So it says a lot. This is what's going to happen. The next week is going to be a lot of media, a lot of information about, is this the meltdown? Because you got to deal with Iowa first.
All right, Iowa's coming up in a week.
That's true.
Now, after Iowa, then you can talk
about that.
Yes, because right now,
what's the spin? What would you spin it? How would you spin this?
Which one? From Newt?
What would you say?
He's gonna laugh it off.
He's gonna say this is problems. No. You know what a friend said? He called me today. You know what? You said the Great Pumpkin took it. He messed it up. That's what back in the day.
He might tell you it was an oversight.
It was an oversight?
It was oversight.
I hate to be in the operating table and your doctor say it was an oversight that I left the scalpel.
But what else can he say?
In your body?
What else can he say?
It's horrible. What can you do?
But you won't let this go. I'm still trying to get to you. Tell me about Iowa.
Oh, well, let's tell you
Who's going to win Iowa?
I don't think Newt's going to show as high as people think.
No, they don't think he's going to show high.
I don't think so.
Ron Paul is in the lead.
Yeah, Ron's got some. We didn't get too deeply into Ron. He had some really nasty things to say about black folk, which was really interesting in his newsletter.
The Republican Party don't care.
Well, that's true. You're right. So it doesn't.
You've been saying this shit.
You've always been on.
You keep talking about
video. They don't
when
care.
It comes down to race or anything negative. The Republican Party say about people of color.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
We'll just see. Well, we're going to have to see, because last show you said something about Huntsman on the come up.
Everybody's doing better. When it comes down to Iowa,
right,
it's not what you think.
Okay, we're going to see.
Our so-called leaders, they don't like Mitt.
They just don't. No. They just hate some Mitt Romney. They got some.
They don't want Mitt in the game. Newt is falling. Ron Paul is rising.
Right. So
Michelle Bachmann rising.
Huntsman. He's kind of like
they're there
below the radar.
But just this Iowa thing is going to be rough.
Let's going to see. We're going to obviously we've been really on the spot has been on the GOP primary on
Occupy Wall Street trying to get down there.
Yeah, it's true.
They're trying to get down there.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, this is a hot, as you said, as the world turns in the GOP primary. Last point in the scheme of voting and the rights. What happened in South Carolina?
Well, what was it? Not the Defense Department.
The United States Justice Department had a ruling.
Shuts South Carolina down.
Yes. Let's give it the little backdrop is the South Carolina legislature passed a rule that you must show up with an official ID, something like a license, but a non-driver's license, to vote.
No, it's not a non-driver's.
Well, some ID that was from the government.
They came up with some different stipulations.
Yes.
That they did. Arizona, I believe, have done the same thing.
There's a lot of places around
Republican
that have this,
states that's trying to disenfranchise people of color.
Right, it's a technique.
Exactly.
So they kind of lost. They didn't know they got hit with a bat. So the Justice Department said, "We're throwing that out. Can't use it." And that comes into play with the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Exactly.
Said any significant way in which you're trying to discriminate with people of color, because that's a powerful thing.
If you do that, it will put them in a bad position to get out.
Law.
Exactly.
Right.
How do you get them to the different polls in some states? Right. What they're trying to do is make them have to travel even further to get to the polls.
Or lower voter turnout because you come in and you can't vote because you don't have the ID. So it's a very powerful statement.
But it's the Republican way.
Of course. It's a strategy.
It's a very good move by the Obama administration because they sat back and watched this happen for a while.
This is the issue that people were saying, what are they going to do? But they were obviously sitting in the cut, as they say. And they knew that the Justice Department, because of the right of the Voting Rights Act, they had, so they can go back, and this is a precedent, so they'll go all around the country going, no, when you all pass these laws.
I believe Wisconsin tried something like that.
Right.
Certain parts of Florida might be trying little things here. Right now, that's a setback for them.
Huge.
To realize the Republican Party can't use disenfranchised voters.
It's a very powerful thing. The United States Constitution
have stood up to test of time.
The justice is very interesting. They say it's blind, but sometimes it truly has some sunglasses.
We're going to wrap it up.
All right.
We'll be back next week for our year in review show, a 2-part show.
This is true. And this is the holiday season for all of our viewers.
Yes.
We appreciate that and wish you a happy holiday.
We'll have a lot to talk about. Happy holidays. Be safe.